What's up YouTube, this is JP Panther back with a video, and today's video is actually going to be another Star Wars discussion type video. And I want to talk to you guys about this because this has been on my mind for at least like 4 or 5 days. And since it's on my mind, I kind of want to share you guys my thoughts and give you an actual video and something that you kind of talk about as well. But this video is actually going to be about J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson and how the sequel trilogy is, how it's technically, because the thing is, J.J. Abrams 2 movies and Rian Johnson 1 movie, how this video is pretty much about how these movies and these directors don't connect with this trilogy. Pretty much, this is going to be a sequel trilogy talk. That's pretty much the topic of this discussion. So I really want to talk to you guys about this. So when I'm watching The Force Awakens, I told you before, it feels like a ripoff of A New Hope, obviously. And it feels like the way J.J. Abrams set The Force Awakens with the First Order and, the First Order and, Leia and Han and Luke Skywalker, whatever. They set it up where it was supposed to be something big, but then J.J. left and he didn't want to do the whole entire trilogy and blah, 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 blah. You could tell he's just like, bro, I'm out, blah, blah, blah. I did this, I'm out, blah, blah, blah. But then Rian Johnson comes in there and boom! He's like, I'm gonna create my own Empire Strikes Back, and we saw how everything happened, how, killing off Snoke, make General Hux look like a bitch, Captain Phasma, she's out, Kylo Ren is, he keeps getting emo, and, oh, I love her, then I hate her, then I want to kill her, then I want to kill her, and blah, 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 and all this other stuff, right? Then you have, who else? Oh yeah, Snoke, General Hux, Captain Phasma. Like, you could tell that the villains were pretty much trash, honestly. Like, it just makes it where it's like, okay, Rey is a Mary Sue. She kills off Luke Skywalker. They kill off Luke Skywalker and replace him with a British white woman. I get the political message and stuff like that. And it just seems like Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams, when they're doing these, and then Ron Skywalker as well, is that when you watch these trilogies, or at least watch these movies, it feels like they're going back at each other back and forth, because Ryan's like, alright, I want to show you how I do it, and then he just makes it difficult, because originally the movies was going to be, J.J. Abrams did The Force Awakens, then Rian Johnson does the second one, then Colin Trevorrow, he left because of all the BS and stuff like that, then they had to get J.J. So it shows you that it was too many chefs in the kitchen, and it shows you that they had no direction. And if you watch the movies, it just seems like they're going at it back and forth, because the way Last Jedi ended, it really ended like where it's like, this was the end of the saga, and it's like, bro, like, this is only the second movie, and then JJ had to go in there and fix it and stuff like that. And the problem I have with JJ Abrams is that he can't just come out and say, yo, Ryan, your movie's trash, you messed it up, and blah blah blah. He has to use pretty words and say, well, Rian Johnson, what he did was risky and this and that, and now that we have to, kind of hold our own, and we got to do this and that. Like, he was being very, very PC, and everyone's like, JJ, shut the fuck up. You tell him the truth. Tell him that Rian Johnson fucked you guys over and made y'all look bad, and you can't come out here and say the movie was trash, and now it makes it worse for you guys. And here's the thing I have with the whole entire trilogy as well, is that, like, when you watch it, it just seems like they didn't have a villain, at least especially with the end of The Last Jedi. It just seems like Kylo was just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want, blah blah, and it just seems like the movie, especially The Rise of Skywalker, it just seems like it was just giving a middle finger to Rian Johnson as well. It just seemed like they were going back and forth. Like, there were certain scenes where it's like, okay, remember in Last Jedi, Luke throws the lightsaber, but then Rey grabs the lightsaber and throws it in fire, and then Luke catches it. Like, you could tell they're going at it back and forth with each other. Like, here, this, and that, and this, and that. It's like, well, you killed off Snoke, I'm going to give you Palpatine, and Palpatine was the guy that was behind all this stuff. But then when you watch The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, they weren't even connected at all, man. They don't even mention Palpatine at all. There's no Easter eggs. There is no sign of Palpatine coming up, and it just shows you that's like, okay, well, we're gonna explain it in the beginning, and then y'all have to figure it out. Like, even though I watched Last Jedi, what was it, like a couple weeks ago? Yeah, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, right? I saw it on television or whatever, or on demand. I think it's one of those things, whatever. But anyway, I saw Last Jedi, right? And here's the thing, right? When I watched it, I'm just like, bro, like the Last Jedi feels like it's the end of the saga. Like there's nothing more in it. But then you watch this movie, just feels like an exact anime filler arc. It's like, man, if you ever watch those anime movies like Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, or Bleach, it just feels like here's the plot, blah blah blah, go with it, and figure it out after your own. That's what it felt like. It was like, bro, you didn't explain anything from Last Jedi. Like, the only thing they reference is Last Jedi is that Luke is dead, Snoke died and was a clone, but it just seems like JJ and all of them, they were just going at it back and forth, and it seems like, it felt like JJ and Rian Johnson, the way their movies are, it just seems like I'm more woke than you. That's what it felt like. It felt like I'm in the competition, I'm in this trilogy about who can make the most woke points. And Rian Johnson's like, free the animal, the slave kids, don't eat meats, let's free the animals but not the slave kids, I'm gonna kill off the white man and replace him with a British white woman, blah blah blah, eating meat is wrong, women are better than men, you can't tell me what to do, blah blah blah. JJ's like, alright, I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna do, Black men Finn, check. Latino men, Poe, check. Asian Rose, check. LBGTQ scene, check. Mary Sue, Ray, check. And what he did is like, to me, what J.J. Abrams did is way worse kind of with Rian Johnson. Because let's be honest, right? Rian Johnson is an indie type director, small director. You know, if he was going to get an opportunity for a big budget type film, he was going to tear it up, slash, and make his own stamp on it. JJ's like, okay, since you did all that, I'm gonna go more woke than you. I'm gonna make Palpatine Donald Trump. I'm gonna make Rey Jesus. I'm gonna make have her kill the evil racist white man, and so that she could be the chosen one. I'm gonna retcon episodes 1 through 6. I'm gonna retcon the Force Awakens, and pretty much retcon episodes 1 through 8 if you really want to be honest. But I'm gonna retcon all that, and we're gonna have for 42 years Rey was the chosen one, not Anakin. Anakin, he's in the trash. Rey Skywalker was the chosen one, and they just retcon everything that they do. And thing is, JJ's like, okay, I'm about to go crazy. I'm gonna rip off Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, Return of the Jedi, Harry Potter, Dragon Ball Z, Fairy Tail, Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame, that's a huge thing when you saw, man. You can tell that was definitely a reshoot. It's like, okay, I am all the Sith, I am all the Jedi, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna give all the Reylo shippers, the bandwagons, the casual fans, the movie audience, rip, boom, I'm gonna make her Rey Skywalker. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. And it just seemed like, bro, when you watch the whole entire movie, it's like, bro, like, you just went freaking crazy. The Knights of Ren, even though they didn't do shit, boom, boom, boom. Like, it just seemed like they just lost their freaking. To me, it felt like J.J. Abrams was trying to appeal to everybody and losing his freaking mind and to check a box and to do this and that. And because when you watch the movie, it just seems like it's out of place, man. It just seems like, what the hell is going on? You feel me? It just seems like you're trying to appeal to everybody, but when you try to appeal to everybody, you don't make anybody happy. Now, you got the normies and the feminists and the SJWs and the Reylos. The problem is that the hardcore fans, you just gave them a middle finger, because now that they do go forward with this franchise, JJ don't care at this. Because to me, when you watch the movie, it looked like JJ was just like, I'm going to do whatever I want, because he's just like, let's just get past through all this so I can go to Warner Brothers, get more money, and I can leave all this nonsense behind. That's what it just felt like, you feel me? And with Rian Johnson, I can't blame him too much. I do blame him a lot, but the problem is, if you're Rian Johnson and you're like, you ain't get, you're a small director, whatever, you get an opportunity to a $200 million Star Wars movie budget, you would have wowed the hell out. And especially when they gave you creative freedom, they're going to wow out. JJ's should be a little bit more responsible and to be like, yo, bro, I'm gonna be more woke than you. And even though the movie's gonna be profitable, it just seems like, yo, like, I did it, I did this and that, and I'm just gonna show you that I am the most wokest director. My movie is gonna stand out more than The Last Jedi and all the other Star Wars movies. But then you destroyed all the other movies. And then even Last Jedi, I hate that movie. I really don't like that movie. I can't say I hate it, I just don't like the movie. But even I'm just like, bro, you just retcon everything that happened in all those other movies, so it makes no sense. And then when JJ was like, oh, well, I want to make sure that I make a good movie. But then what about the other two movies? You know what I mean? And it just seems like, yo, JJ just seems like he's just like, let me just get past this, go to Warner Brothers. And when you watch the movie, like when you watch the two directors, it just seems like, yo, Ryan had his own vision and JJ had his own vision. And JJ and Ryan, really, JJ and Ryan just said F you to each other. And to me, this is what happens when you have too many chefs and cooks in the kitchen. And then you have a bunch of corporate people, like, you know, you have Catholic Kennedy, you got the feminists, you got Bob Iger, you got the shareholders, investors. You got too many people cooking up the kitchen, burning it up, you know, putting it to 100 degrees, 500 degrees, and then what happens? The freaking food is on fire, and you're trying to pull it out, and it's like, here, give it to everybody. That's just what it feels like with the Star Wars trilogy, Star Wars sequel, Disney trilogy, and it just seems like people are gonna... I feel like this is a trilogy that people are gonna kind of forget in a while, and I just feel like when you watch those two directors, it just seems like they didn't have a plan, and it just seems like they were going back and forth with each other. That's just what it seems like in my eyes. Again, you guys, I want to know what you guys think about, you know, Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams. And I'll be honest with you, I feel like personally, J.J. Abrams should have just done all three trilogies. And I understand, let's be honest, I know you guys, listen, we could have swallowed a J.J. Abrams Star Wars trilogy. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be the greatest, but we can absorb it and digest it better. You know, JJ would have been like a ripoff of New Hope, a ripoff of Empire Strikes Back, a ripoff of Return of the Jedi, boom, boom, boom. It just would have been a copy and paste of the original trilogy, like shot by shot. Rian Johnson, his movie, didn't even... Like, it's supposed to be his version of Empire Strikes Back, but it just felt like... just went freaking crazy. So at the end of the day, it just seems like I feel like JJ should have just stayed on for all three movies. And I understand from his point of view, he's just like, man, I don't want to deal with all this BS and blah, 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 I'm out. But if he was going to come back for the trilogy, you should have just done it all three movies yourself, so it wouldn't bite you in the ass when you do the last one. And in my personal opinion, this is how I truly feel with JJ and Ryan. Like, Ryan, I felt like they should have talked to each other before they would have done these movies and everyone was on the same page, but it just seems like, no, we're doing things my way, my way, my way, my way. That's what it just seems like. And it just seems that, I don't know, it just seems like with JJ, it just seems like he was just like, whatever, I'm going to do whatever I want, and this is the results we get. That's pretty much it, guys. Like, let me know, I kind of got all my thoughts out there. Let me know in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think about this discussion. Would you guys want more of these type of discussions? These Star Wars, anime, superheroes type discussions. And if you guys have any ideas, send me, message me, or let me know in the comment section below, like what type of discussion type videos I should do, because to let you guys know, Star Wars is pretty much going to be over right now, like very, very soon. Like after Rise of Skywalker, it's pretty much the end of it. So if you guys want more Star Wars content, tell me what I should do, or what info and like ideas that you can bring to me, so I could write it down and give you video discussions and stuff like that. Just let me know what type of ideas and type of topics you guys want me to talk about in the future. That's really it, guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.